Welcome to Austin, Texas, and Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, where the horns are up and this burnt orange crowd is ready to help Texas hook 'em. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Huskers have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Offense set on first down. Give to the running back. At the 35, he's loose. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Just buried it. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
To the air, it's Downs. Good timing on the quick out. Just discarding tacklers, punching and grinding his way to the 23. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Makes a connection. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. A little screen to the running back. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and finished the deal in the zone.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculated down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on third down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup, accurate throw, and they get paid.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They marched 79 yards on the drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there getting set. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. They're going to ride this running back. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. They'll run it to the right. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
Well, when you talk Nebraska football, it always comes down to their ability running it on offense, whether it's the option or whether it's conventional. They've got a long and illustrious history of great running backs, and this guy is on the field for a reason. His vision, his ability to make people miss, run with toughness, he can do it all.
Up to 45 yards rushing. What a way to get this season started.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Husker!
We knew this offense wanted to come into this one establishing the run, guys. They didn't even attempt to throw on their first drive. They were more physical. They were pushing guys around up front. This guy caps it off with a nice touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run, and that pass intercepted. Touchdown, Nebraska! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Handoff to the single running back. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Unloads to the wideout. And he intercepts it. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
Nebraska 14, Texas 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Off play action. Now improvising. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with them and start to take away the field towards the sideline because think about it, he's not going to throw it back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, and made the big play.
They'll run it from the gun. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Fires to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
It seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a...
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Might as well give it to him again. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. South Carolina steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, and all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Columbia a ton of confidence. It's one game, you don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but If you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Pressure coming. He'll pull it down. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Pocket starts to... And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Using his legs, it's Schuster. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, it's Gray. Moving away from pressure. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
Catch in the middle, it's Schuster. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up 1st and goal.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
What a day. His 3rd rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Nebraska, 28. Texas, 7. Texas.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here comes the Texas offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double-teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Trying play action. Trying to get to him. Firing to the right, complete.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important. It's third down, and if the quarterback just puts that in a better spot, his player can catch it and advance it and maybe get the first, but because he killed his receiver's momentum because of the poor throw, the defense was able to rally and make a stop.
Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
Just trucks through it. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Huskers.
I bet this coaching staff is jacked up to get this offense firing so fast early in the season, on point. A lot of times it takes time to build the rhythm. It takes time to get it rolling. This offense starting the season off with a bang.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half.
Texas.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can improve. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return.
14.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Nebraska 35, Texas 14.
They're just about ready to kick it away.
Set to kick this one away. Texas.
Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Tackle is made after the first down.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
The short hands, it's Alexander. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
Dropping back, it's Gray. Going deep. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half, and here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense, because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Zings it complete to the right. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
I give the tight end a lot of credit for holding on to the football. I know he's a big guy, but he just got whacked.
And the Huskers will snap it on first and 10. He wants to throw. Going for it all. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. On the run, it's Schuster. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
Well, he's had the hot hand. 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They've moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on third down. On the ground, and they get him down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt.
Yeah, he looks short of that play, and quarterback sneak is such an easy play, and you trust it because the quarterback gets the ball right away. But that defensive line was having none of it. Failed 4th down. Big-time stop for this defense.
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. quickly out to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan, limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
Finds a crease at the 20. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Trying to find his man on first down. He'll try to do it himself. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Oh, picked off. He'll try to take it back. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Sending the offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
They're bringing heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
8 yards on the play. Brings up second down. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Nebraska 42, Texas.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Going to try to get it himself. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Cornhuskers will punt it away on fourth down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. This offense has a second down play. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This one's complete. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Fair catch, called for and made. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They're working that left side. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Looking to go up top on first down. Unleashes one deep. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game. He'll try to tack on one more. Smashes it through for the PAT. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. They're lining up to boot it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together.
Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
Well, that didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
At the 45 on its way. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, it's helped set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
The Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. The option look. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. It's not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
And the Huskers will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. He's moving out of the pocket. Complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready.
He's going up top. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Timeout is called with just a single second left. After this, it'll be a wrap. They'll throw it on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete. They were going for the fabulous parting gift, but instead will just go home with a loss. No matter how much college football